Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, has come back on set. Kaveh, oh my goodness. How do you react to that?
Well, look, the first thing you should say is that referees are human beings. They make mistakes like everybody else. They were working there in a very highly pressurised environment, and they made a mistake, and it was a big mistake.
The football world woke up to an earthquake, one that has shaken the very foundations of modern club football. In a stunning and unprecedented decision, FIFA has officially stripped Manchester City of a major title and awarded it instead to Arsenal. For years, debates over financial dominance, regulatory loopholes, and competitive fairness have simmered beneath the surface of the beautiful game. Now, those tensions have exploded into the spotlight, creating one of the most controversial and talked about rulings in football history. Fans, pundits, and former players alike are divided, with some hailing the decision as long overdue justice, while others question whether such a monumental call should ever be made away from the pitch. FIFA's ruling comes after an extensive investigation into alleged financial irregularities and breaches of fair competition standards. While governing bodies like UEFA and the Premier League have previously scrutinized Manchester City, this marks the most severe punishment yet, one that directly alters football history and challenges the legitimacy of past triumphs. The verdict: the title once celebrated in sky blue now belongs to North London. Arsenal, long hailed for their tradition, style, and resilience, have been officially recognized as rightful champions. It's a moment that vindicates years of near misses, heartbreak, and accusations that financial imbalance has distorted competition. For supporters who endured seasons of what-ifs and almosts, this ruling feels like delayed justice finally arriving at their doorstep. Manchester City's rise over the past decade has been nothing short of extraordinary. Under the guidance of Pep Guardiola, the club redefined dominance, record-breaking points totals, tactical innovation, and relentless consistency. Their style of play was admired across the globe, setting new standards for possession-based football and positional play. But alongside the silverware came scrutiny. Questions surrounding sponsorship deals, financial disclosures, and compliance with regulations have followed the club persistently. Critics argued that success was built not just on brilliance, but on structural advantages that blurred the lines of fair competition. Supporters, however, have always defended their club, insisting that success was earned on the pitch through elite coaching, recruitment, and execution. Now, those whispers have transformed into consequences that could redefine Manchester City's legacy. What once looked like an untouchable era of dominance is now being re-examined under a harsh and unforgiving light. For Arsenal fans, this is more than just a trophy, it's validation. Led by Mikel Arteta, the Gunners have undergone a remarkable transformation in recent years. From a team struggling for identity to one built on youthful energy, tactical discipline, and a clear long-term vision, Arsenal's resurgence has been one of football's most compelling stories. They pushed City to the limit in a fiercely contested title race, displaying resilience, flair, and belief. On the pitch, they fell just short. Off the pitch, however, the narrative was still unfolding. This ruling rewrites that story entirely. Arsenal are no longer the nearly men of that season, they are champions, officially etched into history. The emotional weight of that recognition cannot be overstated. For players, it validates their effort. For fans, it restores belief that integrity can still prevail in modern football. This decision also sends shockwaves across the entire football ecosystem. It raises serious questions about governance, enforcement, and accountability. If a title can be reassigned after the fact, what does that mean for the sanctity of competition? Can fans truly trust that what they witness on the pitch is final? For governing bodies, this is a bold statement, an assertion that rules matter and that breaches, no matter how complex or long-standing, will eventually face consequences. For clubs across Europe, it's a warning: financial power must operate within clearly defined limits. Yet the controversy is far from settled. Manchester City are expected to challenge the decision vigorously, potentially setting the stage for a prolonged legal battle that could stretch for months or even years. The outcome of such appeals could further complicate the narrative, leaving the football world in a state of uncertainty. Meanwhile, debates rage across television studios, podcasts, and social media platforms. Some argue that justice has finally been served, correcting an imbalance that has lingered for too long. Others believe that titles should only ever be decided on the pitch, warning that retroactive decisions risk undermining the very essence of sport. There is also the human element to consider. Players who celebrated, fans who rejoiced, moments that defined careers, all are now being revisited under a different lens. Football is not just about results, it is about memories, emotions, and shared experiences. This ruling forces everyone to confront a difficult question: can history truly be rewritten as Arsenal embrace their new status and Manchester City prepare their response? Football finds itself at a crossroads. The game has always evolved, adapting to new challenges and realities. But rarely has it faced a moment that so directly challenges its core principles. This is bigger than one club, bigger than one title. It is about fairness, transparency, and the ongoing struggle to balance financial power with sporting integrity. It is about ensuring that the beautiful game remains, at its heart, a contest decided by talent, effort, and strategy, not by what happens behind closed doors. For now, the record books tell a new story, one where Arsenal's persistence is rewarded and where the sport takes a decisive, if controversial, step toward accountability. Whether this moment will ultimately strengthen football or divide it further remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the ripple effects of this decision will be felt for years to come, shaping debates, policies, and perceptions across the global game.